Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles from Black and Blue TV. Um, Thank you for rocking with me tonight. I do really appreciate it. Tonight I'll be going over, the Dallas Cowboys, and a happy Friday evening to everybody. Everybody's out drinking or doing whatever they're doing, just having a good time enjoying the weekend. Um, as you know, I am a Cowboys fan. I do bleed silver and blue, but I got to be quite honest with you. I am not feeling this preseason at all. Simply because we have so many holes to fill. James Washington got hurt at receiver I think last week. I think he has a Jones fracture, so he's going to be out. I think around 6 to 10 weeks. I don't know the timetable of his return. Um, However, this is why we miss Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper was so intricate to our offense. It's really a shame that we had to trade him away to the Cleveland Browns. Browns still have a good receiver. Now I do understand, Amari Cooper, he was going through some nagging injuries last year and the year before. However, he was still productive. And a prime example is, last season, Amari Cooper drew a lot of double teams, which allowed CeeDee Lamb, the Gallups of the world, also the Cedric Wilsons of the world to get open and actually to do their thing. And also, too, it took a little bit pressure off of Zeke, even though Zeke has been, regressing every year. But I think he'll have a bounce back year this season because one of the things I do like about the Cowboys is this. We're finally running out of the I formation with this, which is something that has been our staple ever since the 90s, late 90s, even the Romo era. We need to run the football and implement the running game. We have two stud running backs. Tony Pollard, to be honest with you, he can start at any other team, even in the NFC East, AFC West, wherever. I think Tony Pollard is a great back. Now, he may not be an every down back, but I do think he's a very explosive running back. He has great speed, he has great footwork, he could take it to the house at any given moment. Last year, against the Raiders, he was very pivotal. If we didn't have that kick return, we're not even in the game, to be quite honest with you. Tony Pollard is a very great asset. Now, let me go to Zeke. I have a love-hate relationship for Zeke, and this is why. You know, Ever since 2016, Ezekiel Elliott came out the NFL just guns blazing. He had, I think he had over 2,000 all-purpose yards that year. I think he had like 1,600 rushing yards, around 500 receiving yards. Zeke was just the ultimate force, and I was very excited as a Cowboys fan simply because with Ezekiel Elliott in the backfield and Dak Prescott at quarterback, and hopefully the receivers that we had at the time, I thought we could make a legitimate run. Um, this year, I'm not so sure simply because, like I said, Amari Cooper's gone. Now we have other receivers that need to fill in the gaps. Now, I do like Tolbert as a rookie, but it's not fair to put so much responsibility on him because we are going to need other guys to step up. Such as the James Washingtons of the world. We just signed Devontae Turnpin from the USFL. I think is going to be a key addition. He has great speed. Even though he's undersized, I still think he is a great asset to this team. I also look at CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, he's going to really have to show up simply because, he was a number 2 last year. Now he's going to get number 1 targets and also number one coverage because a majority of the time he may be doubled. Now, we do have Dalton Schultz, who is Mr. Reliable. I call him Jason Witten 2.0, just a little bit faster. Um, I just don't understand why we didn't sign him this year. I know it might have been money issues. However, with a tight end like that, he's not doing Kelsey numbers. However, he is very reliable. And I actually am a huge fan of Dalton Schultz. I like Schultz a lot, simply because, he reminds me of a little bit of Jason Witten, but also back in the 90s, there was a tight end named Jay Novacek. Jay Novacek was Mr. Reliable. Yeah, he was hurt sometimes, but, he would play games hurt and he would play well for us. He was Troy Aikman's reliability blanket, and I think that's what Dalton Schultz is to Dak Prescott. And as for Dak Prescott, I think he's going to have another great year. He has the offense. He has the offense down pat. But my thing is that I just don't like some of the error throws. I think he still needs to work on some accuracy. He still has some accuracy issues. A couple of plays where I saw him practice, he was throwing passes in the dirt. He was also overthrowing receivers as well. Uh, I think he'll work on those things. He's a vet now. He'll fine tune those things, and he'll be fine this year. As for the defense, this is my thing with the defense. We have excellent pass rushers, but are we good against the run? Because I heard today in practice, I heard through the grapevine that we're getting diced up in the run game. Now, that's going to be our Achilles heel this season going forward simply because teams ran on us last year. And boy, did they run on us. Our defense was great at getting to the quarterback. Our defense was great turning the ball over. Hell, our defense was great on third and short and fourth and short situations. But this is my issue. When we face a team like a Philadelphia, when we face a team this year, I think of Green Bay, when we face, these dominant running backs, what are we going to do? I know we can get to the quarterback all day in the paint. We got D Law there. We got, of course, Michael Parsons, Sam Williams, Dante Fowler, as well as Anthony Barr, who's going to be filling in at the Mike position, just to alleviate some pressure off of Micah so we could put him on the edge so we can rush with D Law. Another combination that's been helping us, and I've been looking at it at practice, is when we line up D Law and Micah Parsons on the same side. That is a force to be reckoned with. And what I like also too is that we're putting Sam Williams in the mix as well. And what he's been doing, he's a great disruptor in the passing game. He's a great rusher. Um, Also, too, one Achilles heel that we are having is our kicking game. I'm not really excited about signing back Maher. We got rid of him for a reason, but our kickers are just so bad that we needed to sign back somebody who was bad last season. So I don't know how that's going to pan out. I'm getting a little weary about this season, but all in all, I think we will do well. I still have us winning the division, but it's going to be close because I think that Philadelphia, they kind of ramped up with AJ Brown, and also to Jalen Hurts. He's in that second year. I think he's in the second year of that offense, so he's going to do pretty well. As for the Commanders, this is actually, I think, the dark horse of the NFC East simply because say what you want about Carson Wentz. When Carson Wentz has a running game, he's very reliable. And I think when you limit his throws every game, I think maybe like 20 to 25 throws, he's pretty good. And also, too, I think with the Commanders' defense, they have their whole line back. Now, Chase Young does not look 100%. I've been watching some clips of him in practice. He seems like he can't explode off that knee like he used to, but I think probably 6 to 7 games within the season, he'll start to, get in rare form and he'll start to be the Chase Young of old somewhat because he's still fairly young. And I think he's one of the good pass rushers in this league at a very young age. Now, as for the Giants, this is my thing with the Giants. They only go as far as Daniel Jones goes. And after watching that preseason game last night, I'm not too sure. I have to see more. What I do like about the Giants is that, they do seem a lot more spirited. They do fight. Even the young guys last night, they're fighting pretty hard throughout the whole game. Um, and of course, even in a preseason game when you go to New England, you always want to play well. And the reason being is because, being in Foxborough, that can be intimidating to a lot of teams. And over the years, the Belichickian era, you had a lot of teams go in there and just shoot duds, of course. But even though this is preseason, I'm still glad that football is back in session now. I still like seeing these young guys go out and fight for a job. You know, Nothing is promised for anybody for the next day. You could play well and be cut the next day, but it's just good to see these young guys go out and live out their dreams. But that's all for my second video, guys. Please share a like, or please like the video, share it, and also give some comments under it. Tell me your thoughts of what you think this season will bring. Also, tell me who your favorite team is. Even if it's not in the NFC East, that's okay. Still, if you want to request me to do an analysis of your favorite team, just shoot it in the comments section below, and I'll be more than happy to do that because I'm a connoisseur of football. I love it. I'm so glad that it's back. And With that being said, guys, I'm out. Peace.